Let's bring in Congressman Michael Waltz, Republican from Florida and a member of the House Armed Services Committee. The foreign minister of Russia, Lavrov, says the fighting in Ukraine has entered a new phase and that they are going to fully liberate Donetsk and Luhansk. How do you analyze the situation as the update we just got from Bill looks precarious for the Ukrainians?
Yeah, thanks, Dana. Well, I think it's worth reminding everyone that trench-style warfare fighting has been going on in the Donbass since 2014. Ukrainians have been dying every day since the first invasion, and Putin's goal always was, in his words, to liberate the East. I think this new phase will present several advantages militarily for the Russians. One, they'll consolidate their command and control. They've consolidated under the butcher of Syria, the Russian general that led to the atrocities in Syria. Two, they're going to consolidate their supply lines that we've seen have been spread way too thin and really presented them all kinds of issues. On the Ukrainian side, though, they have about 3/4 of their military kind of stacked in the east. So I think we could expect to see the Russians stage a number of frontal attacks. That's what you're seeing going on right now to pin those forces down. And then, as Bill pointed out, they will seek that north-south axis to surround them and cut them off. I think that's the plan. At the end of the day, President Zelensky is right. This is a race against time. And the United States and NATO needs to stop incrementally pushing arms, ammunition and supplies in and unleash the arsenal of democracy and help Ukraine win, not help them get to the negotiating table.
Well, on that point, here's John Kirby just yesterday at the Pentagon about U.S. military aid trying to reach those Ukrainian fighters today.
It is certainly within the realm of the possible that the Ukrainians will want additional artillery systems and additional artillery rounds, and we will have those conversations with them. And we will, if that's the need, we'll do everything we can to meet it.
This is administration. You can argue whether or not they acted too late or whether or not they're 30 days behind every decision. However, on screen now, we found that more than $2.5 billion now have been pledged to the Ukrainians to fight, and there are 2 more packages being prepped already. That number is going to go significantly higher than it is today, sir.
Yeah, Bill, you're right in that the number sounds impressive, but I stand firmly in the camp that the White House has moved too little and too late. The Ukrainians, when I visited last year, were asking for artillery systems, and importantly, were asking for the types of radar called counter-battery radar that helps them detect Russian artillery coming in and destroy it. And as you know, that's what they're using to pound these cities into submission. They were asking for that last year, Bill. Here we are 2 months into the war, and now we're going to start flowing that in. And again, the numbers sound impressive, but it's 18 howitzers. That's really a drop in the bucket compared to what the Russians are bringing to the fight. 40,000 rounds, that's about what the Ukrainians are estimated to be going through in a week. So that's basically a week's worth of ammunition. We have got to unload the full amount of arms and weaponry that we can, and I would like to see our Eastern European allies pushing their Russian-made systems in so that the Ukrainians can use them and utilize them more quickly without training. And then we backfill our Eastern European allies with our systems. To me, that's a double win.
That makes sense.
In terms of upgrading our NATO allies and getting the Ukrainians something they can use very quickly with little training.
Congressman Michael Waltz, we're going to be on top of this story all day, and the rest of the week we'll stay in touch with you. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Dana.